Hey, what's up, weirdos? I am Jonathan Mead, and today I'm going to share with you 3 of the best exercises to help you develop more mobility, more flexibility, and control with your shoulders. These are really going to help if you have, a stiff neck or tight shoulders in general, because most of the time when we think about moving our shoulders, we think about just moving this right here. And that's not the whole picture. By the way, I'm on, I think, day 16 without coffee. I can't believe I'm still alive right now. Apparently that's possible, but I've been surviving with this stuff called yerba mate. If you haven't tried it already, I highly recommend you do. It gives you a nice buzz, but it doesn't give you that crash like coffee does, which I really like. Most people think about moving their shoulders from here, right, which is the glenohumeral joint. But we also have this thing called the scapula, which most people refer to as the shoulder blades, right? So first we want to be able to differentiate between those two, and these exercises are going to help with that. So before we get into that piece, I want to just review the basic movements of the shoulder blades. So we have pinching the shoulder blades together, right? Squeezing them, pulling them back. We call this retraction. And then we have protraction, which is spreading the shoulder blades apart, pressing them away from each other. So think about a push-up when you press the ground away. And then we have elevation, which is bringing them up to the ears, and depression, which is letting the shoulder blades drop. Think about trying to put your shoulder blades in your back pocket. And this is where most people get stuck, right? Their shoulders are raised up, rounded forward. So a lot of good stuff can happen when you just practice letting the shoulder blades drop down and pulling them back a little bit. It doesn't have to be this military thing, right? Like this. That's just going to create another problem. We want to be able to easily rest the shoulder blades down and just relax here. So once you've got that, pressing forward, pulling back, lifting up, pressing down, let's look at the 3 movements that you can use to help you get more flexible and more pain-free with your shoulders.
For the first movement, we're going to start off in our hands and knees or quadruped position. Our shoulders are going to be stacked over our wrists, our hips, over our knees, and we're going to spread our fingers into the ground. Let our chest drop to the ground, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then press into the ground and spread the shoulder blades apart. We're just going to cycle through this a few times and then work on bringing the shoulders up to the ears and then placing them back towards our butt in our back pocket. I'm going to show you from above so you can see a little bit better. So I squeeze my shoulder blades together. I press into the ground, spread my shoulder blades as far apart as I can, and then squeeze back together. Don't mind my horrible back tattoo. It was my first tattoo that I ever got, so go a little easy on me with that one. And anyway, we're just cycling through this a few times, and then we can start exploring elevation and depression. So bringing our shoulder blades up to the ears and then back down toward our butt. Once we get comfortable with the elevation, depression, retraction, and protraction, then we can start moving into making some circles with our scapula. So we're going to go into retraction, elevation, protraction, and depression, which are just big words for saying make some circles with your shoulder blades. And since we're already here, we might as well do some neck circles. Loosen up the neck. This is one of my favorite things to do while I'm in this position, to just make everything loose. The body can often let go and relax a little bit better when we have more points of contact with the ground and when our center of gravity is lower. So this is a great position for doing some neck movement, for doing some spinal movement as well. This is one of my favorite movements to do, especially in the morning after I wake up. Just moving my spine through its full range of motion. All right, for this next movement, you're going to need a bar to hang from, so hopefully you have one. If not, I highly recommend you get a doorway pull-up bar. And if you don't spend a lot of time hanging, I recommend you first just start off hanging. And your feet can be on the ground for this. You don't have to be in a dead hang. Your feet don't have to be off the ground, but we're just going to explore a little bit of really pulling the shoulders down and then letting them come up to the ears. So pulling them down up to the ears. This is going to make you stronger in pull-ups as well. So if one of your goals is to get better at pull-ups, this will help a lot with that too. And it just also helps make the shoulders really nice and loose. After we do the elevation and depression, then we're going to spread the shoulder blades apart and squeeze them together. And once that's feeling good, you can also explore a little bit that retracting and then starting to make a nice circle with the movement while you're in a hang. So for this next movement, we're going to elevate the hands, and the closer your feet are to your hands, the easier it'll be. You can also use something like yoga blocks if you don't have parallettes. That can absolutely work as well. Or another option that I'm going to show you is using 2 stools, or this could be 2 chairs. Really, whatever you have available to you absolutely works. And if you want, you can also do this outside in the snow, or just outside in general. It doesn't have to be in the snow, obviously. But I like to get outside when I can and get some movement while I'm, playing outside. So for this movement, same thing as before. We're just going to start exploring pressing the shoulder blades down and then letting them come up to the ears. And you can cycle through that a few times, and then squeezing the shoulder blades together and then pressing them apart. I recommend that you go easy on this at first, especially if you're not super familiar with these movements. And then just like before, we can start making circles with our shoulder blades, really trying to make it as smooth as possible, you guys. Really working on making that circle really smooth and easy. It is an absolute winter wonderland out here. I thought spring was coming, you guys. What the hell? Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm posting new videos every single week to help you level up. Give this a thumbs up. Every share helps this video get out to more people. And let me know in the comments what you want to see next. I'll see you in the next video.